Imagine for a moment stepping into a life where your purpose feels, well, really clear. Your worth is tied to the dignity of your daily work, you know? Every clean surface reflecting this quiet pride.
Mm-hmm.
Now, picture that perfectly ordered world just shattering because of one single glittering object, a Fabergé egg, suddenly bursts into your life, demanding you rethink everything.
It's quite the image.
Yeah, and for anyone familiar with The Maid's Secret, this isn't just hypothetical. It's the very real and often tumultuous journey of Molly Gray. She's this dedicated hotel maid, and her world gets completely turned upside down by a shocking discovery. And she's forced into this deep dive into her family's hidden past.
A past she knew nothing about.
Exactly. So today we're really getting to this fascinating story. We're looking mainly at Molly's own personal notes and also this long-lost diary from her grandmother, Flora. It's leather-bound, the whole thing.
Really evocative sources.
They are. And we're not just retelling the plot here. We want to delve into how this one precious artifact connects these two women across time. What truths does it reveal about, say, identity, or the real meaning of wealth, and of course the power of family secrets?
Big themes wrapped up in this tiny object.
Right. Our mission today is really to unpack those surprising insights. We'll peel back the layers of this, well, multi-million-dollar mystery to get at the deeper human story underneath.
Okay.
So let's start where it all begins for Molly Gray. We know her as the head maid, also special events manager at the Regency Grand Hotel. Elegant place.
Yeah.
She's found real purpose there. She's happy.
She's found her place.
Totally.
But then her fiancé, Juan, encourages her. He says, take your grand's old trinkets, the ones that seem worthless, to this TV appraisal show, Hidden Treasures.
The classic setup.
And boom, the family joke, this Fabergé egg is suddenly valued at, well, a minimum of $5 million. An astounding figure. But what really hits me reading this is Molly's immediate reaction. She says, but I'm just a maid.
What does that kind of sudden, almost absurd valuation do to someone whose identity is so tightly wound up with their job?
Well, that's such a key point, isn't it? It's more than just the shock of the money, that just a maid identity. It's not simply her job title. It's this whole carefully built sense of self, of belonging, maybe even a way she navigates the world,
Right, a shield almost.
Exactly. And this sudden, huge external validation, this wealth, it feels almost like an attack on that identity she's worked so hard to build. It forces this clash between who she is or who she thought she was and what she suddenly has. It's not just disruptive, it challenges a really deeply held self-image.
It's a huge internal conflict. And the sources show it doesn't stay internal for long. The media just descends. It's immediate, relentless. Cameras, microphones, asking, Molly, how does it feel? Rags to riches overnight.
The narrative is irresistible to them.
Her privacy, gone, instantly, even at home with Juan and her granddad. Juan actually says, the golden huevo has turned everything upside down. That's his phrase for it.
Like a golden egg, yeah.
And we even see a colleague, Cheryl, trying to jump on the bandwagon, using Molly's sudden fame for her Instagram.
Oh, right. Cashing in.
Meanwhile, Molly's just longing for her normal life back. She starts questioning, does money change people? For better or worse? And she's haunted by something her grand used to say. All that glitters isn't gold.
Mm-hmm. Ominous.
What does this instant, commodification of her life tell us about the pressures that come with sudden fame and wealth? Especially for someone who really valued her quiet life.
It really shows the, almost predatory side of public interest when a personal story becomes a product. Molly stops being a person and becomes a narrative,
Yeah.
This Cinderella story that the media and maybe the public, too, feel they have a right to consume.
Right.
Her value shifts. It's no longer about the dignified work she does. It's about the sensational story she represents. And that's especially tough for someone in a service role where the whole point is often to be, invisible, to facilitate things for others.
Yeah, to be behind the scenes.
Exactly. Suddenly, she's thrust into the spotlight, but it's a kind of attention that strips away her control over her own story. And her grandma's words, all that glitters isn't gold.
Wow, they are so spot on here. It's not just about the money, it's about the hidden costs of that kind of exposure.
And the drama just keeps ramping up. The egg gets stolen dramatically. During a second auction attempt, which was actually set up to try and manage the chaos from the first appraisal.
Irony.
But then comes the truly chilling part. A threatening note turns up in Molly's vacuum cleaner canister, addressed right to her. Find the egg and you die.
Wow.
So, in a mystery involving a multi-million-dollar artifact, why target Molly, a maid? Why not the police? or the TV show people. It feels like there's something much deeper, more personal going on here, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And the fact that the thread isn't just personal, but it's delivered through a tool of her trade, her vacuum, that really suggests the antagonist knows her world, knows her routines, maybe knows her vulnerability within that world.
Yeah, that's cool. It immediately shifts this from just a theft into something. Well, something almost generational. A deep-seated conflict. It makes you think the real value of this egg isn't just the money. It's tied to some secret history that someone thinks Molly might unknowingly hold the key to, or maybe is now in a position to uncover.
And that's exactly when the past bursts in. Right in the middle of all this chaos, Molly finds it. Gran's old leather-bound diary. It even has a heart-shaped lock and a little skeleton key that fits perfectly.
Ah, the missing link.
Precisely. The diary is presented as the key, not just to understanding the egg, but to unlocking her own family's history, a past her Gran kept completely hidden. So let's turn the page, metaphorically, and step into Flora Gray's world through her own words.
Okay, let's do it.
Flora's early life, as she writes it,
Yeah.
is quite a picture. She grew up with immense wealth, Gray Manor, but emotionally, it was neglectful. Her parents cared more about status, appearances, than anything else.
Material wealth, emotional poverty.
Totally. Her only real affection came from Mrs. Mead, her nursemaid, who she adored, and Uncle Willie, the butler, who, we learn, is John Preston's father.
Ah, the connection starts there.
Yeah. Her parents had this dismissive attitude, like beauty above brains for a girl, and the manor itself, run like an Edwardian fiefdom, she calls it. Really rigid class structures.
Ah.
It's this stark contrast, isn't it?
Mhm.
All the money in the world, but emotionally barren.
It's the classic gilded cage scenario. The sources make it clear. Flora had everything material, but she was starved of basic human needs, affection, agency. Her identity was just handed to her based on family status, not on who she was or what she wanted.
Right.
That Edwardian fiefdom description is perfect. It wasn't just a house. It was a system designed to keep people in their places, emotionally distant. And that kind of environment, it breeds this deep sense of isolation, a longing for real connection, which, as we find out, she eventually finds, but not where you'd expect.
Exactly. The treasures she was given were cold. The real warmth came from the people considered below her. And those connections really shape her. Despite her background, her hopes of going to university are crushed. But she develops this deep and totally forbidden love for John, Uncle Willie's son.
The butler's son.
Yeah. And the diary describes John, who we now realize becomes Molly's granddad, Mr. Preston, as this quiet, steady presence, a real contrast to Flora's cold, privileged world. It's a powerful story about love across class lines.
Oh, definitely.
Then disaster strikes the family finances. Flora's father's company is facing ruin, the only way out. An arranged marriage between Flora and Algernon Braun, the son of a rival CEO, Magnus Braun.
Ugh, saved by sacrificing the daughter.
Pretty much. And the Fabergé egg is given to Flora as a modern trousseau, but also explicitly as an insurance policy. That detail really jumps out at me. It's not just a pretty gift. It's a tool, a strategic asset for these families.
Absolutely.
How does that change how we should think about these kinds of valuable objects historically, especially when it comes to women's lives?
Well, it just strips away any romance, doesn't it? It reveals the egg's real function. It's a tangible asset in a transaction. For Flora, that Fabergé egg isn't a symbol of love. It's a heavy marker of her being, well, commodified.
Yeah.
It provides security for the family, sure, but it chains her to a life chosen by economics, not by her heart. Historically, these treasures were absolutely instruments of power. They sealed alliances, preserved legacies, managed financial risk. And women like Flora, often just pawns in that bigger game of status and wealth, it really highlights how easily something beautiful can become, as you said, a gilded chain.
A gilded chain. That's such a good way to put it. Then the story takes a really tragic turn. Mrs. Mead dies shockingly during a hunt. And that event, tragically, exposes Algernon's truly dark side.
He shows his true colors.
Yeah. But John is there for Flora. His unwavering support through it all makes her realize his genuine love for her. And then comes his confession, so simple and heartfelt in the diary. Flora Gray, I love you. I always have.
Wow. What a contrast to Algernon.
It's just night and day compared to the calculated deal with Algernon, a real moment of emotional truth for her. But the ultimate sacrifice is still to come. Flora finds out she's pregnant with John's child. Her parents, they force her into a birth house, already planning to find her another rich husband later.
Unbelievable cruelty.
It's heartbreaking, and Flora makes this agonizing choice. To protect John's future, she leaves him the claddagh ring, it was Mrs. Mead's, then Flora's cherished engagement ring hidden in a knotty oak tree, and her words to herself in the diary. They just capture it all.
Yeah.
You make sacrifices, and when you have no other choice, you set them free.
So powerful.
This moment feels like it completely redefines treasure, moving so far beyond money. What does this act of sacrifice, her choosing a life she was raised to look down on, tell us about real agency and love?
It completely flips the script on value that Flora grew up with, doesn't it? The treasures back at Grey Manor. They offered zero freedom, no real love. This sacrifice, this choice, it's an act of profound agency. She's choosing love, dignity over that inherited status and comfort.
Right. She's taking control.
She's not just giving up privilege, she's claiming an authentic life, even knowing it means hardship. And when she says, you set them free, it's not just about John, it's about freeing herself from those suffocating expectations. This is the real origin of the nest egg for her future family, not just the Fabergé, but this resilience, this self-reliance. That's her true legacy.
So Flora bravely escapes the birth house. She has her baby, Maggie, who will be Molly's mother.
Yeah.
And with literally no other options, she becomes a maid to survive. She takes the Fabergé egg, her literal nest egg, and she starts writing the diary, carefully documenting her real story, intending it for Molly one day.
It's an incredible parallel.
Isn't it? Flora, born into privilege, ends up finding purpose and survival in the exact same profession that Molly initially embraces.
It really highlights this fascinating, almost ironic cycle. Flora's path, forced by society and family, ends up mirroring Molly's starting point as just a maid. It's more than just plot. It's this deep commentary on class, maybe the lack of real mobility across generations, and how the search for dignity, for belonging, can lead people down similar roads, regardless of where they started.
Yeah.
And the Fabergé egg just sits there through it all, this silent witness, a physical link between two women wrestling with similar struggles for self-definition, just in different times.
So now Molly has Grand's diary. It's their secret weapon. She, Detective Stark, Juan, and Angela cook up this cunning plan to sting the bees, which brings us back to Molly's present-day drama and the stolen egg. What do the sources tell us about how this sting goes down?
Well, the sources detail this really meticulous plan. A fake auction set up right there at the Regency Grand. Hidden cameras, audio surveillance, the works.
Going all out.
They are. And the goal isn't just getting the egg back. It's about exposing the real motives, the connections between Baxley Brown and Thomas Spiegel, the bees. And you see this shift in Molly here. She moves from being reactive, scared, to being proactive, strategic. Flora's diary gave her the insight, the confidence to understand the game and play it.
And the big reveal during the sting was pretty juicy. Brown and Beagle get caught on tape discussing their whole scheme.
Spilling everything.
Yeah. Beagle's grandfather, Baron Beagle, was apparently the original owner. But the egg was stolen way back by a Braun who turns out to be Brown's ancestor. So Thomas Beagle stole the egg back, partly for family legacy, but also planning to inflate its value. He'd auction it without proof of ownership, then magically produce the proof later.
A convoluted scheme.
And Brown himself admits his family changed their name from Braun to Brown. And there were even allegations about them faking certificates of authenticity in the past. This isn't just about one theft. It's like a multi-generational feud over reputation and whose version of history is true.
This is where we really get into that murky underbelly of inherited wealth, you know. It exposes just how fragile these historical narratives can be, how easily they get twisted for profit, for prestige.
Right.
These sterling reputations of families like the Browns and Beagles, they're revealed as facades, carefully built, maybe on hidden histories, dodgy acquisitions, even outright lies. The whole issue of provenance, proof of ownership, isn't just paperwork. It's a tool used deliberately to erase inconvenient truths and rewrite an object story to fit whoever holds it now. It really makes you question how much of what the art world deems valuable is tied to a story that might be, well, completely made up.
It's a real unraveling of an old lie. But amidst all that darkness and exposure, the story ends on such a genuinely heartwarming note. Molly's wedding to Juan.
Yeah, it's a beautiful contrast.
It really is. It's this celebration of real love, community, authenticity. You have Mr. Snow, the hotel manager, waiving all the fees. Molly's bridesmaids, her maid colleagues Lily, Sunshine, Sunitha. Even Cheryl makes amends. Speedy, the old doorman, he's the DJ. And Granddad, Mr. Preston, gives this moving toast about the mystery of love. It feels like such a deliberate answer to that whole world of secrets and fake value.
It's the ultimate redefinition of treasure, isn't it? All those grand, fancy settings where the Fabergé egg was once the symbol of power and transaction, now they're used for a celebration of genuine human connection, real joy.
Yeah.
The value here isn't what's inherited, it's what's built. The relationships, the community, the personal dreams. Molly's family grows beyond just blood relatives to include everyone who truly supports her is such a stark difference from Flora's lonely life at Grey Manor. This wedding is Molly saying, "This is my path. This is my legacy. A legacy of love and belonging that no amount of money, no Fabergé egg could ever buy."
And then there's that unexpected twist. Baxley Brown, trying to make amends, gives Molly and Juan a gift, $500,000. He says it proceeds from a museum that acquired the egg.
Wow. Okay.
And suddenly, Molly and Juan's dream isn't just a dream anymore. It's within reach. Not massive wealth, but a little place we can call our own. A small bed and breakfast. They even have a name for it. Molly the Maid's Inn into your room.
Oh, I love that.
Right. The money that came directly from the Fabergé empowers her to create a new kind of dignified work. But this time, entirely on her own terms.
That's such a crucial point. The money isn't just a lucky break, it's the means to self-determination. It lets her build a dream that reflects her actual values. It's subtle, but it's a powerful statement. True wealth for Molly isn't about escaping her past or denying being a maid. It's about reclaiming that identity, reimagining it.
Exactly.
The Maid's Inn and Tea Room, it's not just a business name. It's her whole journey embodied. It's a sanctuary built on hard work, authenticity, community, the total opposite of the cold, class-bound world of Grey Manor.
And then that final, really poignant moment. Molly, just married, has this vision. She sees her gran sitting beside her, holding her favorite teacup. It's such a powerful symbol, isn't it? That the most cherished treasure isn't the money, it's not the egg. It's that enduring crescent of love, family, the wisdom passed down.
Yeah, it's about connection, not objects.
It transcends time.
This whole narrative just beautifully illustrates this profound paradox, really. The very system's wealth, status designed to secure families often demand the biggest personal sacrifices. They strip away the authentic connections, the agency that the characters, in the end, find far more valuable than any inheritance. Molly's journey is all about defining her own worth, not letting society or some multi-million-dollar egg define it for her. The Fabergé, this symbol of inherited wealth, ironically becomes the catalyst for her to reclaim a totally different kind of legacy, one that's unquantifiable, built on real connection and self-made purpose.
So we've journeyed through quite a bit today. Generations of secrets, stolen eggs, arranged marriages, humble maids finding their voices, finding their fortunes, both literal and metaphorical. Molly and Flora's stories, woven together like this, they really remind us that the most valuable treasures, they're usually found not in glittering objects, but in, well, the human heart. The connections we make.
Yeah, our exploration today really shows how the past, all those hidden loves, sacrifices, tangled legacies, it profoundly shapes our present. And ultimately, it forces a redefinition of what we consider truly valuable. It's a strong reminder that authenticity, kindness, genuine connection, they often shine brighter and last longer than any gold. And sometimes they emerge despite those who try to control value.
So after diving deep into this, maybe think about this. What treasures in your own life might hold a hidden history just waiting to be unlocked?
And perhaps more importantly, how might understanding that history, or even just choosing your own authentic path forward, redefine what truly makes you rich?